Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at confrontations, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Benj. So today we're drawing Confrontation, but before that I want to bring up the sound issues that we've had
Consistently since forever.
I mean, you guys know, you watch us and unfortunately listen to us. I mean, but see, we're not just poor artists, as you may know. We're poor at everything. And one of those things is sound technicianry. That's the wording, I'm sure.
The thing is, to get everything right for a channel like this, you have to be able to draw well, you have to be able to record well, and you have to be able to purchase high-quality equipment. We're poor in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
So we can't achieve any of that.
Yeah, we have very cheap mics, the cheapest of tablets,
Cheapest of skills.
the cheapest of skills. So we've been trying to. I mean, we've been working for the last hour, just trying to get the mic sound decent at all. So why don't you guys just let us know if it sounds better this time? I mean, because we're not gonna listen.
We're not even sure. We've tested it 50 times, and we've gotten 50 different results.
Yeah,
we're now both
weird.
angled at weird ways with some tiles balanced between us, and just a hope and a prayer that this is succeeding, and you're not
I
your
was
ears aren't
originally
bleeding.
talking into the top of my mic, and then we tested every side of the mic to see which side sounded best, and then we determined which side it was, and then for some reason now I'm talking to the top of the mic again because that was what sounded best. So it makes no sense to me.
Basically, what we're trying to say is we're sorry
Yes.
for everything.
Yes. And just tell us in the comments if this sounds better, because we're not going to watch the video because it's too painful for us. And I mean, honestly, I don't know why you guys watch it. How is it not too painful for you guys to watch this draw? I don't know.
We are a bit confused by that, but we're happy you're here. And today, Benj has something he has been promising me he has to confront me about.
Yes. Isaac needs to be confronted. Well,
get on with it.
I'm gonna start the drawing here. I'm gonna draw out my confrontation of you. You see, last week, Isaac did a drawing.
That's right. Every week. You're welcome.
It's unfortunate. We all know it. We all acknowledge it.
Yeah, but what do you need to confront me about? I know I'm poor at drawing. It's literally what I started by saying.
It would never be that. It would never be your drawing skills. Because...
Well, that's kind of you.
That's a useless confrontation. I mean, I would have to confront myself, and then we'd have to bring in
a real artist,
mediators, and
we'd need a real artist to confront us, which they have.
Yes, every day actually
on the street.
We were the other day. We were drawing
in public,
as
we do,
and this person. The waitress, the person that we pay because they're nice to us, complimented our drawing skills.
Well, see, it wasn't really our drawing skills. See, she walked by, and Benj and I were drawing our latest auction item for last week's auction. Which, by the way, if you haven't involved yourselves in our auctions lately, man, you should do that because it helps us become more professional. But the point is, she walked by the table the first time and was like, oh, I see you're drawing something on our kids menu. And I was like, yeah, we are. And then she came by half hour later, closer to the time when we have to decide how much we're going to tip her, And she looked at one of our friends who's actually good at art.
We have multiple friends that are actually good at art.
It's true, but
we're not one of them.
But we're professional. But anyway, so she looked at her drawing and was like, wow, this whole table is just so good. at drawing. And we were like, I know that our friend's drawing is really good, but I don't think she actually saw our drawing, or she did, and like I said, she was, working for a better tip.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we didn't confront her about that.
No. I was just pointing, I was just saying that we got complimented about our drawing skills.
I'm curious, is that
Yeah,
you
this is
on the
you.
left? That means that this has to be me
Mhm, this is you.
on the right. I don't remember this happening.
I'm not. Well, I'm confronting you now.
So this is what I'm going to look like.
Yeah. I mean, like right now, this is what you're.
Oh, man.
I looked over and this.
I'm gonna grow one of those mustaches that connects to my sideburns.
Your mustache totally does right now. I'm looking at it.
No, it doesn't do it like you're drawing it.
That's the problem you have with this face.
Among other things. You also don't generally wear pants that are 5 inches too short for your legs.
Look at my legs right now.
I looked, and they look exactly like this drawing.
I'll give you a neck. You're welcome.
I'm glad to see it. Not. Oh, gosh. I'm not looking forward to what's about to happen in our confrontation. Oh. No. I am going to lose a lot of weight and gain it all in my left forearm.
Mm-hmm.
Just from you pointing and accusing me of confronting me about something.
Yes.
What's that?
Okay.
What's
As
that?
you guys remember,
I'm holding a bone
Isaac
or a newspaper.
did a drawing yesterday,
Oh,
right?
Man, Benj, that's a great drawing of my hand. I don't know where that one finger's coming from, but
They're just your fingers. Isaac did a drawing last week, right? And the whole point was the inconceivable. And what did Isaac choose to make the inconceivable?
it was
What
was it?
ordering-
Reconsidering the
yeah,
incomprehensible?
Reconsidering the incomprehensible. Yeah, that was the title. And Isaac chose
Well, of course, I chose Dr. Pepper.
to draw Dr. Pepper and somebody getting something other than Dr. Pepper because it would be inconceivable
Oh, I see where this is
for
going.
someone to have something other than Dr. Pepper.
Let me specify. Wait,
Mhm.
hang on. Am I wearing a shirt? Or is my shirt going to fall off in the confrontation? Because it looks like I have sleeves, but... Oh no, it's going to grow a turtleneck. Oh, wait. Never mind. So yeah, I mean, Wait, what does that say on the...
It says Coke. You're wearing the Dr. Pepper shirt, holding Coke.
Okay. So you're talking about how last
at a
week...
soda fountain.
You're talking about how last week, immediately after we did our drawing,
Be at a soda fountain here.
we went out...
Dr. Pep, and you can assume what the rest of it says.
You spelled it wrong. It says Dr. P.
P-E-P is the first part.
Is that another P?
Pepper.
Is that another P on this side?
Yeah,
It looks like a B.
well, it's not.
But so you're talking about last week, how immediately after we did our drawing, we went out
Mhm.
to the
To get
convenience
soda.
store,
Yep.
and I didn't get
And
Dr.
I got Dr. Pepper.
Okay, but this is not what it seems, everybody.
It is exactly what it says.
So we went into the convenience store, and the first thing we notice on the soda fountain is it saying out of ice, which is fine because if you put ice in Dr. Pepper,
You're ruining it. and
it waters it down. Oh, is that what soda fountains are supposed to look like?
Yep.
That's mine last week were verging on inappropriate. But the
Yes.
thing is,
Yes, they were.
the soda fountain was out of ice, which is not a big deal. But when I filled up my cup with Dr. Pepper, because I tried to get Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
It was warm. It was like room
It was
temperature.
not warm. It was cool.
Okay, you prefer your Dr. Pepper room temperature.
No, I prefer it slightly less than room temperature. It was less than room temperature.
It was gross. I took a
was not
sip,
gross.
and I was like, this isn't worth my money.
But also, Dr. Pepper, bad Dr. Pepper is better than any other soda.
So when we got home, I was still thirsty, and I looked in my fridge,
Yep.
and all
And
that
what
we had...
did he have in
all
his
that
fridge
we
that
had-
he purchased?
I didn't purchase
He
it.
didn't have any Dr. Pepper.
I had
He had Coca-Cola.
I had a bottle, like a glass bottle of Coke that I had taken from my parents' house the last time I was over there.
Because he also drinks it there.
Such an
The
accusation.
day before we filmed. So, like, I was thinking of bringing this up because the day before we filmed, we were at his parents' house and he was drinking
They
Coke.
didn't have Dr. Pepper. I wanted some caffeine.
I bring my own Dr. Pepper to your parents' house every time I go.
Well, I didn't, and I was stuck. I didn't get Pepsi though. It's not like, I mean, if I got Pepsi, I could understand that need for a full intervention.
No, see, if you didn't, like, I can accept that
for-
you
Thanks for filling
make
in my patchy
mistakes.
beard.
Yeah, I can accept that you make mistakes regularly, but when you go and make a drawing,
Okay, well, we were at lunch today. I'll give you another, for instance. We were at lunch today, and we ordered the pizza combo that comes with the fountain drink. We go over to the soda fountain, and they didn't. The Dr. Pepper was out, out of order. Now, I got Mountain Dew because I still wanted some soda.
Yep, I got water because
Yeah, you wasted your money. You had already paid for
I
soda.
already paid for it. I didn't realize they were out of Dr. Pepper.
I'm just saying, you could have gotten root beer or something else that you kind of like.
If you're not drinking Dr. Pepper, why drink something unhealthy?
Again, I think I said this last week when we were drawing, but you make good sense, and I think to myself, why would I get anything other than Dr. Pepper? But in the heat of the moment, when it's
You're a
warm,
weak man. The draw is hypocritical.
you can't see it, but I'm now making that face from the drawing.
Here, I'll give you lips.
Somehow that makes it so much worse. It's like my mouth is open and I'm screaming and my lips are closed and I'm frowning.
Yes.
That line, we've talked about this, but what one line can do to a drawing.
So true.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you draw that first line and you're like, well, the whole drawing's different now.
Yeah, it's
I
happens.
had a plan.
It's like, oh, this was meant to be a human, but the placement of that line means it's now a cyclops.
I was gonna draw a house, but apparently this is now a marshmallow.
It's made of Jello now for reasons that I'll have to now explain somehow.
And that would be the whole drawing.
But like, to be honest, you know how people like performance art, like when they had that, you know, that one very famous painting or whatever that they had on display, and then like they sold it at auction, and the second it sold, the frame turned out to be a shredder, and it shredded the painting right there in front of everybody. People like talked about that, and they like it because it's performance, you know. Something happened.
art.
Yeah, in a way. Our drawing, at the purest form of creation of art, the purest form of art, is like that. You can't erase and fix mistakes when you're using a ballpoint pen and not allowed to erase.
Yeah. Think of this as performance art.
It is the purest form of art. There's no color. There's just ballpoint pen and black ink.
Yeah. Black and white. Nothing more.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like real life, how there's just black and white. There's Dr. Pepper and there's water.
I've told you this before, but whenever we're out somewhere and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this other drink, I seriously feel guilty knowing I'm gonna walk around the corner and you're gonna like look at it and be like, "Well, that's not the color of Dr. Pepper. What's the matter with you?"
Yeah. Well, and your wife also likes Dr. Pepper, and she every time Isaac doesn't get Dr. Pepper, she comes to me and complains and says, "Why'd you let Isaac get something other than Dr. Pepper?" Because she likes to drink from Isaac's drink.
What? When does this happen?
Every single time you don't get Dr. Pepper. In fact, when we came home today, she holds up your cup and says, "You let him get not Dr. Pepper."
Did she? I don't.
Yeah. Every time you don't get Dr. Pepper, she wants to drink from your drink, and then she complains
Well,
to
today
me that I let you get not Dr. Pepper.
because it's your fault. You weren't strong enough in your conviction to.
Yeah. I mean, today I couldn't help it. Like I wasn't
there was
gonna.
no choice.
I wasn't gonna convince you to go to the
I
store
wanted
and buy
Dr.
Dr. Pepper.
I wanted Dr. Pepper today. In fact, when we're done with this, let's go get some Dr. Pepper.
Yes. Especially with that Circle K deal, just free soda.
The sip and
all the
save.
time. Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't even like Circle K at all, but man, you can't pass up free
Yeah, we have
soda.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. We have a place called QT or Quick Trip, but not the Quick Trip that's like the terrible, dirty Quick Trip, like the nicest. If you've ever been to a Quick Trip, you know it's like the nicest convenience store on planet Earth.
Yes. It's
But
so good.
we end up going to Circle K because of the sip and save. $6 a month, and you can get a drink every single day.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you can't pass up that, especially because you get like usually what I'll do is anytime I need a new cup, I go and get my sip and save to get like a new free cup, and then I get refills at Quick Trip, because Quick Trip is just like the soda tastes better at Quick Trip.
And it's not warm.
I mean, that was just once at Circle K.
Yeah, and that's the
Also-
reason I didn't get it.
Also, I mean, we won't get into politics, but I mean, we will. We're actually perfectly fine.
You
with
mean
that.
how they're out of like CO2?
But yeah, like CO2 is like run out all the time, and Quick Trip it happens less often than Circle K, and I think it's just because they're more careful about it, or they're just willing to like pay. You know, like
Or they don't
to
have
get
the sip
first
and save
shipping.
program, and they're just not selling them free
Yeah,
drinks.
they're not like giving away a million free drinks.
True. All right, well now it's my time for confrontation.
Yes, are you gonna confront me about something now?
I think I feel like I have to think of something, but yes, I should, shouldn't I? You put an exclamation point in the title.
Yeah,
That hurts.
Well, because it's like I'm saying it.
Yes, that's exactly. Now that I remember, that's exactly how it happened. It's not a bad way to confront someone. Confrontation!
I think it's the best way, actually.
We've talked about this in the past. It's best to just be straightforward and direct with what you're saying.
Yep. Why beat around the bush?
There's no. They'll know what you mean. I usually think before we press the record button.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You do.
Confrontation. Confrontation.
I had to look up how to spell the word. It's one of those. It's actually one of the words you can kind of sound out, but it's also weird.
It's true. But it's also weird.
It's actually kind of weird that you can sound it out.
There's so many things you can confront somebody about. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why did you get another cat?
Yep.
Or, why did you get your first cat?
True.
Or, they're not all cat related.
Or
But-
why haven't you gotten rid of your cat?
Yeah, that's not, yeah. But today's drawing will not be that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't confront me, at least, about cats. But, I mean, you don't have to confront me about anything.
Benz, you're just so good.
Mm-hmm.
What is there to confront you about?
It's true. I only drink Dr. Pepper.
I know. You don't. That's the closest thing to a flaw. And it's perfect.
See, it's harder to confront me than it is to you because you say everything as if you're like 100% for or against things, but then you don't actually think that at all, and you don't live that way. It makes you become a hypocrite in many ways.
Man, dude, your confronting time is over. Stay over there in the corner.
Like, for example, you talk about how much you hate cats all the time. You had a cat.
When I was younger and I learned my lesson, like, my parents bought that cat.
But
do you see any cats in my house today?
You wanted the cat.
When I was a child and didn't know any better. If that's the best you got, then, back off.
Well, no, the best I had was the Dr. Pepper thing. That's why I did that.
Yeah, I've got one because we had a friend the other week.
Yeah, used to be a friend.
No, the person I'm thinking of is still our friend. It's not that other guy.
Oh, okay.
No, we dumped him like a bad habit, as they say.
At least you don't eat pickles.
Yeah, well, we couldn't be friends if one of us did that. Like, we have people that we know that we pretend are our friends that eat pickles.
They might call us friends.
Actually, this person I'm drawing, he's one of those friends of ours that eats pickles. Yeah. He's a bad man.
Are you drawing the same person that you drew?
I'm not drawing him
in your Dr. Pepper.
This is an eye.
Okay, so it's a robot.
That's just how I see this person. Okay, they have very.
We could confront each other about our art all the time if we
don't we do that every week?
So true. But the person you're talking about, is it the same person that you drew in the Dr. Pepper?
No.
Episode?
Oh gosh, it's a Cyclops again.
I swear.
Dang it all! How do you do two eyes? There's another eye over there. Thank goodness we found a... Oh, this doesn't look at all like him. We don't draw this person enough to, like... He gets his hair cut like every 2 weeks, so his hair never changes. He's not as square as this drawing makes it seem, though.
Okay, I think I might know who you're talking about, but not because of the drawing.
Well, yeah, it's because I told you he gets his hair cut every 2 weeks. Man, that jawline, though.
I just wanted to make it clear that when this person finds out that we drew them, and that I said I think I know who it is.
What distinguishing features does he have? He doesn't have any.
Just too perfect
he
of a man.
He does have a beard. Why didn't I draw a beard? What is this? What is that? Where is that?
What part of the face?
Man. I don't know what humans...
This drawing makes it look like he has a mullet. He definitely has a more on the top haircut.
Can I leave him like that?
Yeah, you can.
That'd be hilarious.
It's like French or something now.
I'm sorry. We need to practice drawing this person.
I mean, we don't really practice drawing at all. So.
I know, but I feel bad.
You're kind of making it be like this is like Robert Downey Jr. at this point.
Where do I just keep going with beard back here?
Well, I mean,
at this point, somehow that helps. Okay, so man, that's a face. He does wear V-necks sometimes. Should I draw him in Should I draw him in a karate outfit? Since he's a black belt.
You could. I don't know if he's like ever worn a karate outfit.
I mean, I've never seen him in one, but I hear he's done it.
I feel like you're kind of breaking one of our rules where we don't draw people we respect.
Yeah, you're right. I am breaking that rule.
Which is why, see, like if it was another of our friends, we probably would have just made it look terrible and been okay with it.
It's true. I feel bad about this one, though. Oh, man, he usually wears sandals, too, and I didn't even...
But then you'd have to draw feet. And...
Well, hang on. Can I get some toes in here?
I think the answer's no.
There's two. Some straps on it. Sandals. But anyway, so the reason I confront this person is because he texted us. We have a group text with a bunch of our friends. And he was like, I need a new phone. I want it to do this and this and this. What kind of a phone should I get? And we unanimously told him what kind of a phone he should get.
I mean, we gave him different
options. We gave him two options.
We gave him more than two options.
We gave him two good options.
Yeah. I mean, because, you know, like when you're getting a phone, there's like you can buy a cheap phone, but it will not have certain features. Or you can buy an expensive phone that loses different features. And it's just, you know, what do you want? So like if you're buying, you know, if you're going to spend a lot of money, you'll get a great camera.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend a little bit of money, you won't get a good camera. And
it's true.
That's, like, there is no cheap phone that has a good camera.
That's also true.
But also, there's no expensive phone that has an audio jack or a good battery life.
It is weird how that...
So, you know, it's just... There's pros and cons of different phones and different price points of phones. I only buy cheap phones. Isaac usually gets the more expensive phones.
It's true.
Oh, you giant head confronting him?
Yeah, it shows my... yeah, it's easier.
So you don't have to draw a body for yourself?
That's exactly not how I thought of it, but that's true.
But you can continue your story. I was just saying.
Yeah, no, all I was saying is that we told this person, get this phone if you want a good camera, and get this phone if you want it to be cheap. But instead, did he listen? No. No, he didn't. He bought a more expensive phone that wasn't the one that we told him to. And you know what he told me the other night? He said, man, the camera on this is so slow. You know what I said? Confrontation! That's it. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
My head got all big. My eyes got all weird. This is unfortunately supposed to be me.
You said your eyes got all weird before you even started drawing the eyes.
I was just explaining what happened.
Just you predicted
that my eyes would be weird.
How badly you would.
I just predicted. I just know how I draw. So anyway,
it's like every time we draw our self-portraits, we get worse at it.
It's because we're not consistent. That's the definition of what you just described. Like, we're not good enough to replicate things. We get generally the same stuff. If I draw this friend again, I have to draw him looking like that. Hopefully, it won't be that bad next time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hair. Apparently, coming up the side of my face.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah, like, here's the thing. I don't really care. I'm happy if he's happy with his phone, but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't take our advice. No, you don't have to take our advice. No, you don't. In fact, you know what? I should have drawn a different confrontation.
Do you have a different story to tell?
I do, but it's sad.
What is this?
So, anyway, I don't know why you're. I mean, our friend. Dang it! Dang it! I mean, our friend who's not named.
Are unnamed.
Why is he so much higher on this hill?
Well, I thought you were just a giant floating head,
I'm on.
but then you drew a body that went farther down than him.
No, there's no way to fix that now.
No, yeah, you can't erase.
But anyway, I could have drawn a different confrontation. You know what? Back here, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Let's see. So, that was all. That's all good and over with. He's sad. And I'm sad for him. Speaking of being sad, I have another confrontation that happened the other night. You know what I'm talking about? The one about how we need to go denture shopping? You know what I mean? Is your walker ready?
Oh,
Yeah.
I do know what you mean now.
So the other night, oh man, where do I draw this in this drawing? Maybe
You can just tell the story without drawing.
I'm thinking about it. So there was this thing that happened that was like, you know what?
So you're not actually sad about the phone. You're sad about what you're thinking about.
Yeah, he's sad about the phone, and I'm sad thinking about this. That's our friend, and he's like, you know what? I'm having this party this weekend, but you're too old, Isaac and Benj, so you're not invited. And it was sad, and we cried.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, most of that story is true.
Yep. That was another confrontation that I'm thinking about, where I was like, "Oh, I hear you're having a party. Oh, it's a party for young people. And now that we're 30 and our art drawings."
Both of my brothers were invited.
Yeah, that must be harder on you than on me.
But I wasn't invited.
You guys are all like my brothers. So, the thing is, we got to
I
stay.
say both of my brothers. I have another brother.
He's way older though. He wasn't even considered.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got to stay home and play Terraria, which is arguably what we would have done even if we had been invited to a party.
Very true. Well, actually, technically, we were at your parents' house eating supper at the time of the party.
We were playing Terraria for the first hour.
I thought the party started at like 6.
You know, I wouldn't know. The point is, if you want a cell phone, don't listen to us, apparently. And if you want to have fun at a party, don't invite us, apparently. And if you want to enjoy your afternoon, don't watch us, apparently.
Yep, I think that's all true. I mean, you can ask us advice on what phone to get if you want. We'll tell you.
Leave that in the comments. We like telling people. If you need any, like, sagely advice from two elders of this earth, you can also leave us a comment, and apparently we're good for that.
Yeah, we'll give you good advice, or we'll give you advice.
If it's about art, ask anyone else.
Yeah, go find some other YouTube channel where they do good art, and ask them. Maybe that Wow Bear.
Wow Bear draws.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took one of our suggestions lately, turned it into something beautiful.
Yeah, surprisingly so. It should have been disturbing.
Yeah, like he took a very disturbing Pokemon and turned it into a princess.
Mm-hmm.
Something I didn't think was possible. Man, that kind of looks like him. I mean, if you think of him with normal shaped eyes and normal amounts of facial hair,
And
not a mullet.
and not black hair.
Yeah, he does have blonde hair. How do you draw blonde hair, though, with black ink?
You don't.
You have to use, like, a lot of negative space and, like, labels.
Yeah, you just like
Blonde.
you just like draw where the hair would be, like like just a line. You don't like color it in.
Wow, that is complex. I should have done that. But how do you draw a blonde beard? You do the same thing?
Yeah. Just draw a line.
So you're saying if I had, like, outlined this?
Yeah, you outline it without coloring it in.
Huh. Next time I'll have to try that. Well, if you have somebody to confront them right here in our comment section.
Yes.
Tag them, direct them to this. You should be like, oh my gosh, go watch this video. And when you're done, make sure you read the comments. We can start all kinds of things here or solve all kinds of problems here.
Yep.
Your husband keeps leaving the toilet seat up? Confront him. Your wife keeps complaining about how you leave the toilet seat up? And you're like, what do you... I have two options. It can be pee on the seat or the seat can be left up. Which would you prefer? And then she can be like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. And you can be like, you don't understand. And she can be like, but you don't understand. And then you can just both like comment, confrontation. And then it's, you know, it's all good.
I mean, that's not the only two options. It is annoying when the same person, though,
You could install a urinal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it is annoying when the same person complains about there being pee on the seat and also you leaving it up. It's like, there's no way I did both of those things.
Yep.
So you must be at fault for one of them.
Yep. I couldn't have done both at the same time. That's not how liquids work. We can't end on this. We just can't. What other happier confrontations can you leave in the comments?
We could mention what we did in Terraria.
You could talk about how someone has ordered something other than Dr. Pepper. Leave their name in the comments.
Yeah.
You could talk about how one of your family members
for you
got another cat, and you're concerned, and you want to confront them in our comment section.
Yeah.
You can be a little worried because someone has grown out a mullet.
Maybe a little bit more than a little worried.
In 2022, maybe that's coming back. Actually, I've seen a few people with mullets lately. And I'm like, I know that was a thing once.
Yep. I mean, in the 90s, even Superman had a mullet.
And even that was questionable. Clark Kent with a ponytail was worse, though.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. It's the nerdy way to wear a mullet.
What we're trying to say is that confronting people is awkward and hard, but it makes it easier if you do it in the comments section.
Yep. And then we can help you confront them.
Exactly right. Because as though we may be poor at confrontations, we're not poor at other people's confrontations.
Well, we might be poor at it, but we'll do it.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not afraid of it.
We're not afraid of doing anything we're poor at. That's why you're here.
Yep, that's the whole channel.
And until next time,
goodbye.
Adios. As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.